is Rakaya and I'm a sex educator, and today I have a very interesting topic to discuss. It's all about the genitals, vaginal odors, how the vagina looks, just all of that good stuff. Before I get into that, I would love you guys to subscribe to my channel and also follow me on Instagram. It is active there. I'm always talking about sex and other social issues. Also, this t-shirt is from Self and More. It says wanker upside down because I'm a wanker, as in I wank. And if you use my code Rakaya on their website, you get 10% off of all items. I'm gonna leave a link down below, and if you're viewing this video like 2 years later, a year later, it'll still be working. And if there is a different discount code, just check the link in my bio because I usually have it there. My bio in my Instagram, check it and you should find the discount code. Anyways, back to what I wanted to discuss, this juicy topic. I've noticed for a while now that there are some high expectations for women when it comes to our vulvas and how they should smell and how they should look. I've noticed how the smell and the appearance of our vulvas are used to shame us, especially by men. I don't understand how you're gonna shame me when your dick smells like cheese. Like, enlighten me. How do you have all of these high expectations for me when your hygiene level is on disgusting? Like, how? You guys don't believe me? Well, I've brought receipts. I have receipts with me today. I've taken it upon myself to ask my followers if they've ever had any kind of experience with funky dick. The answers were shocking. I literally heaved as I read them. Let me read them out for you guys. And content warning, some of this stuff might actually really make you sick, but it's got to be done because there's a point to prove today. So I'm gonna read the answers from my laptop. My laptop is right here. So let's begin. The smell was like a can of hot dogs. Don't ask why I know that comparison. Wow. When he has the audacity to go pee and not wash it thoroughly after. True. I don't really mind so much, but I know that a lot of people do. 100% gag fest several times and not due to size. There's a lot of comments say that they were gagging. A friend's client's husband refused to use toilet paper because it wasn't manly to wipe your ass. Listen, if that isn't toxic masculinity, I don't know what is. So you are willing to go around with a shit bum, with a poo-poo bum, with poo nuggets hanging out of your ass because you don't want to wipe it. I just couldn't understand that. I just couldn't understand how you're not going to wipe your ass because it's not manly enough. You're dirty, you're disgusting. Literally rolling back a foreskin to see gunk. I send them for a wash, dirty things. I don't understand, like, did your mum or your dad not teach you how to wash your dick? And even if they didn't teach you, there's a lot of people on YouTube who literally explain it. Like, they explain how to wash your dick. If you have foreskin, I don't understand why you're not rolling it back. Smegma is real. People with vulvas and people with dicks, they get smegma. Wash your dick. Yes, smegma round rim. Also the ball sack smelling like BO. That is a very common, that scrotum area. Especially after a day of just being in your underwear, in your boxers, and you want me to go down on you after you've spent a whole day in the office sweating in your trousers, and you come home and you want me to suck on your balls. And then some guys will have the audacity to not even shave their balls. So you want me to teabag you and your balls ain't even shaved. And on top of that, it stinks. Yes, it was horrible. I had to actually take a second and step back. Then told him to shower. He was at work. Literally what I just said. I don't know, I just feel like it's common courtesy. Like, if you have a partner and you've been at work all day, unless you have a fetish for mustiness, because one of my ex-partners, he had a serious fetish for smells. The mustier the better. He used to try and get me to not shower for like 2 days so he could eat me out, but I never did that. Unless you have like a fetish for like musty smells, I don't know, I just feel like it's common courtesy. Like, after you come back from a long day of work, if you want me to go down on you, have a shower. I don't think it's so bad if we're just, you know, just gonna do a bit of penetration, because I don't have to put that in my mouth. It goes inside of me, whatever. I could have had a long day at work as well, and we just can't be us. We just do our thing, but we don't have oral sex. But if you want me to give you oral sex, respect me and hop in the shower first. It smelled like cheese, and I had to tell him to go shower because I was gipping. I don't know what gipping means, or do they mean gagging? I'm getting a lot of, you see, everyone keeps saying the same thing. Cheese, 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 cheese. Guys who think they don't need to do anything after a piss, dick plus underwear are pissy. So like I said before, a lot of people have a problem with pissy penises. The whole top of the dick was covered with dry cream cheese. It smelled so bad I almost threw up. Smegma. Sis, that was smegma, and he doesn't wash properly. Yes, I also once found a dead ant under my ex-boyfriend's foreskin when giving him head. Yeah, I read that before when that person first sent that message to me, and I'm still lost for words. Like, it's been days and I'm lost for words. I'm just trying to make the connection. I'm just trying to do 1 + 1 2 + 2 to, you know, try and figure out how an ant ended up under his foreskin. Did it happen like just before they had sex? How did it crawl in there? Was it in his trousers? Like, is he just a dirty person? I'm just trying to make sense of that. Wow. Yes, it was like pre-cum, I think, and it was like nasty. A lot of guys out here have nasty tasting cum because they don't eat well. You probably have a shit diet. An ex wanted a post-gym BJ and hadn't showered. You see, my ex-partner that I was talking about, he used to joke about this a lot. He used to say, when I used to tell him, oh, I'm at the gym, he'd be like, oh, come straight to mine after you finish in the gym so I can eat you out. I'm just like, ew, like, why do you want to do that? But he's like, oh, you already know. I like it when it's sweaty and it's musty and you've been in the gym, like, you know, get your pheromones ready for me. And I was just like, I found it so funny. It's very interesting dating somebody who has like a smell fetish, but I never did that because I just felt uncomfortable. Like I said before, unless you have a fetish for smells and mustiness, I don't understand why anyone would like that. Like, just shower, please. Like, just be respectful and shower. Yes, his cum tasted funny and made me want to vomit. What's up with this funny tasting cum? Like, what's up with you guys? What are you eating? Like, what are you doing? Even one time found he hadn't cleaned there properly and there was remnant tissue on his penis. Remnant tissue? Like, I don't understand. Like, how are you wiping? I can understand for people with vulvas because we can't see under there when we're in the toilet, so we don't know what the fuck is going on most times. It's only when we put a mirror there that we know what the fuck is up. You have a dick, like, your dick is external. You know what the fuck is going on. How is there remnant tissue on your dick? Had a partner on a high protein diet and his ejaculate tasted well funky. I actually don't mind if the person is on a healthy diet. Like, if they taste a bit weird or they smell a bit weird, I don't mind so much because, I don't know, it just doesn't feel ill. It's just like, you know, you're on a specific diet and it's gonna change how you taste. I was dating someone who was an athlete and he ate a lot of raw garlic. He was the first cum I ever tasted and it was bitter. When I say that shit was bitter, it was bitter as fuck. It's put me off cum. Like, I never wanted to swallow cum again after that. It was just, oof, it was nasty, but I didn't feel ill about it because garlic is good for you and you should be eating as much of that as possible. I guess in this case, I would just say incorporate more fruits into your diet so at least your cum can taste a bit sweeter. I believe that's real. I know some people say that they don't. I know that there's some people who say, oh, there's no true evidence for that, but I genuinely believe that your diet really does affect how you taste. It was with my first boyfriend and I could smell his scrotum. At first I affirmed it because I thought this is what girls had to do to please a man when given head. Then I realized no, some men just have dirty hygiene standards. Ladies, put yourself first. You heard this, wonderful lady. Put yourself first. You don't have to put up with bullshit. I just don't understand. Why are guys not washing their balls? Why are you not lifting up your balls and scrubbing underneath? Why are you not doing that? Lots of dick I've experienced smell and taste awful. Cum is the worst though. Yes, it's been half for me. Like I've tasted some cum that is actually good, like really, like actually nice. Sweet cum as well, cum that is tolerable. I've pulled down a man's pants and I haven't smelled anything. The most that it might smell is just a bit BOE, depending on how, you know, long he's been in his pants for. But there are other times where it's the stench has just been unbearable. Yeah, I understand this person right here. Yes, I told that N-word he smelled like a long day. Oh my god, this woman is ruthless. Worst tasting cum that made me gag and run for the bathroom. Diet makes such a difference. It honestly does. I had sex with someone on the last day of a festival, and even though I washed my hands twice, their bad dick smell was still there, and it was like sour mayo. You wash your hands twice and the stench was still on your hands. That's disgusting. I don't even know what to say. Once again, I'm speechless. Yes, salty too. Fucking salty. I've tasted salty cum. I don't really mind salty cum. I don't know, is it just me? I don't mind it so much. I don't think there's a bad thing in having salty cum. You know, some cum is a bit sour, some cum is a bit salty, some cum is a bit sweet, some cum is just gross and disgusting. Penises all smell kind of weird, musty, some more than others. Yep, true. And my boyfriend tastes disgusting. Babe, why are you putting up with it? Why don't you tell him? Tell him to wash a bit better. But then again, it's really hard to say, isn't it? I tried to give the guy I'm seeing head. It tasted so bad, I gagged and he got offended. The audacity of him to get offended. Yes, 2 X's. So grim. Stinky penis, stinky cum. Oh god, guys, the receipts, they just keep rolling in. I've licked balls that nearly made me heave once. Nearly? Lucky you. Yes, my ex's dick smelled bad. 9 times out of 10, I went near it. Shit. I wonder how long she was in a relationship for with him. Wonder how long she had to put up with that. One guy pushed my head down to his dick and the dick smelled so bad I had to stop immediately. I really hope men are watching this. I really hope you're watching this. And I really hope that you start to wash your dick properly. Yes, I've ignored it and just got on with it because it was my boyfriend. But it was a little bit off-putting. Yeah, I can imagine it was. Yes, it was clearly unwashed and smelled and tasted like piss. Makes me gag thinking about it. Yeah, so a lot of women really do have a problem with pissy penis. Not bad that I felt I was going to throw up, but yes, like a little fishy smell. Women have an excuse for being fishy at times. What's your excuse? Yes, gunky ones too, gag. I'm guessing that this person means gunky as in cheese, smegma. Ill, disgusting. I accidentally swallowed a bit of this dude's cum and I gagged so hard, more than I've ever before. You see, everyone's gagging. And then when you're on the dick and you're doing slurp, 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 gag, 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 they'll think that you're gagging because they're huge or like, you know, you're just filling their mouth up when really they're gagging because your dick tastes awful. So it continues, more than I've ever before with a dick. I noticed his diet and he didn't eat that healthy and it definitely translated into his cum tasting nasty as hell. I never told him because I felt bad, but I made sure not to do that again. Diet, diet, diet. I keep saying it. My husband wasn't taught how to clean his penis properly. Bless him. before I came along, thank God. Women have to do so much, don't they? Not only do we have to provide the emotional labour in relationships, we also got to teach you how to clean your own fucking penis. Oh yeah, defo with my precious partner. There were times it smelled and the taste was funky, but I loved them and it didn't bother me. Genitals have odour and it's never going to be smelling like Dolce & Gabbana. I did gag once on the taste with them too, but we both just laughed and carried on. I may have even made them try it themselves. And that last message is literally the point of this video. Genitals smell like genitals. If you've been out at work all day or you've been running around, no matter what it is you're doing, whether you're sitting down all day or you're being active all day, you are going to sweat in your underwear. It's very impossible for you to have that fresh out the shower smell throughout the day. After 5 minutes of stepping out of the shower, you're no longer gonna have that smell. I'm sorry. You know, you're doing so many different things. You're wiping your genitals after going to the toilet throughout the day. So there's gonna be tissue lint. It's gonna be lint from your underwear, depending on how old your underwear is. It's just gonna be so many things that are just gonna really take your genitals from being fresh out the shower to musty. And my problem is that there's so much pressure placed on women when it comes to our smell. And when we don't smell great, or when our vulvas aren't as clean as they should be, it's a huge issue. Meanwhile, the same people who are shaming us are the same people who have cheesy dick. And when people want to embarrass or shame women, they head straight for our genitals. I've seen other women do it too. For example, there's this comedian in the UK, and most of her comedy is just based around just shaming women for their smell, like their crotch area. That's what most of her content is based around. And it's not surprising that most of her followers, well, a lot of her followers are men. And you look through her comments and it's just loads of guys just laughing. Of course you're laughing. And there's also women there too. But it's not surprising, because when you live under patriarchy, it's natural for women to want to align themselves with the dominant gender. This can also be translated into pick-me's. You know, this is where the pick-me term comes from. I don't find that content funny. I find it really distasteful and really misogynistic. That is the definition of internalized misogyny. And also how the word fish can be used in a very derogatory way towards cis women, depending on the context that it's being used in. There was a lot of debate about this a few months ago, like it was black trans women versus black cis women, and the debate was on the word fish. A lot of black cis women don't like that word to refer to them. I don't mind it much. I think it just depends on the context that it's being used in, but I understand why other cis women completely hate that word being used to refer to them, just like how some women don't want to be called a bitch. Like, okay, you've reclaimed the word and you call all your friends bitches or you call all your friends hoes, but there are a lot of women who don't want to be called that. They see it as derogatory no matter what context it's being used in. At the end of the day, fish smells, and we know where the whole thing of pussy smelling like fish, we know where that originates from. If a vulva smells like fish, it's usually because that person has BV, and BV is a very normal thing for people with vulvas to experience. If you have a vulva, there are 3 infections that you will come across, and it's almost inevitable. Yeast infections, bacterial vaginosis, aka BV, and urinary tract infection, UTI. These are the 3 infections that if you have a vulva, it's just, you experience at least one of them, sometimes all 3. Sometimes one of them will be reoccurring. This is because the vagina has this amazing ecosystem of friendly bacteria. Like the vagina is amazing. Like the whole vulva is just incredible. Like, I feel blessed to have one. I can't lie to you. Like, it self-cleanses, it does all these wonderful things, but it's also very sensitive, and there are so many things that can throw your pH off. And when your pH balance is off, that's where these infections can come in, especially if you're sexually active. Like, if you're sexually active, the introduction of new bacteria from new partners can throw your pH balance off. Not only that, but women of color, especially black women, are more prone to BV because of a specific type of bacteria that we have in our vaginas. There's studies that have been done on this. I will link it down below. These things are all normal, but so much emphasis is placed on our smells. A lot of women are getting labiaplasty not because their vulvas have gone through some sort of damage, therefore they need to reconstruct it, but just because they have been convinced that their vulvas don't look right. And all of this is usually for the male gaze, or it's the media or some companies creating a false insecurity within women in order to appease the male gaze. I just think it's so funny. Like, there's so much pressure to please people who don't even wash the cheese off of their dicks before they fuck you. There's so much pressure to please people whose cum tastes like battery acid. You're on a diet of junk food, beer and fizzy drinks, yet you want my pussy to smell like flowers. The entitlement is just, it's too much for me right now. Anyways, what I want to say to cis women and just vulva owners in general, all pussies are pretty pussies. I repeat, all pussies are pretty pussies. There is no such thing as an ugly pussy in my world. Like, for me, it just doesn't exist. What is that? I don't know her. Nobody can ever shame me for my pussy. Like, my pussy is pretty as fuck. It is beautiful, it is gorgeous, and I love my pussy. But the thing is, not everybody feels this way. There are a lot of women who feel self-conscious about their vulvas. I've read stories of women who have gotten labiaplasty and absolutely regretted it, and their reason for getting labiaplasty was just because they felt like it didn't look right, or they saw some pussies in porn and felt like theirs needs to look like that. It's just crazy. It's crazy the amount of pressure that is put on women when it comes to the appearance of our vulvas. It just shouldn't be that way. Like, every single vulva looks different. There's some vulvas where the labia is extended, some where it's tucked in, there's some where the labia majora, you know, the outer lips, is flat, or there's some it's not flat. There's some where the lips aren't symmetrical. There's some people who have big clits, small clits. Like, it really just doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Every pussy is not meant to look the same. My pussy is not meant to look like the next woman's pussy. It's my pussy. It's my individual fucking pussy. It's unique to me. That's just how it is. And I wish more women realize this. Learn how to decolonize your pussy. What this means is to get rid of the shame that you have in your pussy. Get rid of it. Get rid of the things that you have been taught about it. Unlearn all of those things and empower yourself through true knowledge. I always say this when it comes to becoming a sexually liberated woman. You have to teach yourself. Destigmatize your pussy. Like, there's nothing to be ashamed of. There is nothing to be afraid of. I've read so many stories of women who haven't even put a mirror to their vulvas to see how it looks, and they don't even do it on a regular basis. Like, why would you not want to look at it? Like, it's pretty as hell. I don't understand. Why would you not want to look at your pussy? You need to stop letting people define shit for you. Defining what it means to be a woman, defining what it means to be feminine, defining what it means to be beautiful, defining what your pussy should look like. Learn how to define that for yourself. It is literally the most freeing thing that you could do. Alright guys, that is all for today. That was longer than I thought, and I think it's because I got a lot of messages. I had a lot of receipts to read. I hope you truly got the point of this video, which is that genitals are just genitals. There should be no pressure on women to smell a certain way. We all go through long days. We all can't be smelling fresh all the time. Subscribe to this channel. I'm going to be putting out videos like this once a week. That's what I'm aiming for. I have video content ideas like lined up, so I will be continuously filming throughout the next couple of weeks, and I'll be rolling them out. Follow me on Instagram, please, because like I said, that is my most active platform. I'm very new here, but Instagram is where it's at. Like, it's active. I'm active on my stories, my DMs are active, my feed is active. I'm constantly talking about these things. So if you want to learn more, if you want to decolonize your pussy, if you want to become more sexually liberated, if you just, you know, you're very interested in sex positivity, I suggest that you do follow me on Instagram. Anyways guys, that's it for now. Take care. Bye.